David Braziel. Did I say it right?
No.
Braziel. When David stands up, he's going to tell you how it's said, it's pronounced. He's a blow-in, having lived in Portadown for only 25 years. By day, the director of a software company. By night, a performance poet. You should get a cape as well. Yeah. Sometimes he puts too many line breaks into a story and calls it a poem. Oh, is that how you do it? I might try that. Sometimes he takes the line breaks out of a poem and calls it flash fiction. A new face at Flash Fiction Armagh. Please give a warm welcome to David reading the book Tower.
Thank you. It'll do. It'll do. Have a lamp. No, it's fine. It's fine. This story called The Book Tower came out of a writing exercise from a group that Olive Broderick runs out at Words for Castle Ward. Very, very good group. You should go. And do you ever write something as a writer, read it back and think, the hell's that about? That's what this story was a bit like. It's called The Book Tower. The two men stood side by side beside the lock, the old man and the stonemason surveying the spot. It must be tall, the old man said, tall and strong. The mason waited for more. A library, the old man said, so heavy doors and good locks. The mason set to work at once. The old man didn't want to see plans. Just tell me when it's done, he said, and make it soon. The tower grew quickly. The mason and his sons worked hard and long into the night. When do we stop? His sons would ask. When it's finished, the mason always replied. When the tower grew to be taller than the church, the sons began to get nervous. Keep going, the mason said. It must be tall, tall and strong. The day his youngest son fell from the scaffold, shattering his back, the mason called a halt. After the funeral, they added the roof, the stairs and the bookshelves. It is finished, the mason said. The old man grumbled about the height. He had to buy more books to fill the space. Orders went out to every bookseller in the land. When the library was finally full, the old man locked the door with his heavy iron key and, still grumbling, returned to his house. It is finished, he said. The old man rarely entered the library. It was enough for him to know that he owned it. But on a clear night, the tower cast a moon shadow across his bed, disturbing his sleep. On nights when there was no moon, the mason would open a secret door in the base of the tower and enter a hidden world. Behind the shelves, behind the books, the mason worked by candlelight, carving decoration onto the inside walls of the stone tower. He copied the images from the old man's books, cities lost in time or far away, people long dead, heroes, tyrants, beasts and monsters, maps of gardens and of stars and of orbits of planets. The old man had long since died, and the mason was an old man himself, when the day finally came that his carving reached the top of the tower. On the last blank stone, at the highest point, he carved an image from memory, the face of his youngest son. It is finished, he said. Then resting his head on the old man's books, the stonemason slept. Thank you.